to the Mighty Mecha Nerd Review Show. Thank you for watching. Today's episode is going to be about a new show that just came out on Netflix of all places, and only on Netflix of all places, Knights of Sidonia. Now this is my first impressions of the show, based only on episode 1, with no other information gathered from anywhere else. And it was interesting. It's a bit weird. Kind of surreal, I should say. First things off, the most obviously surreal thing about Knights of Sidonia is the animation. I need to get this out of the way, because it's surreal. It's this... The people and the mechs and some other stuff are sort of CG, semi-3D, animated, and with a more traditional 2D background. It's jarring sometimes. It's odd, but it's very surreal, and I think for this sort of show it works. Because the whole show, it's surreal. We'll get into that. Now let's talk about the plot and what actually happens in this episode. Well, we start out with mecha fighting, which is what I love for, so it's great. We have a interesting looking, very pointy mech fighting some sort of organic looking creature that's rather large. And then it swaps out to being a training simulator. It's a bit weird, a very dingy, rusted down training simulator. Yay, training simulator balls. Then we meet our main character, who looks really bad. He looks really rough. Well, for what it seems, he's been living underground, away from the other people, with his grandfather who was raising him. And he wasn't supposed to ever go anywhere else, go topside. Except for he has to go because he ran out of food. So he goes and he tries to get food from a rice plant making place. And he falls in it, and he breaks 2 fingers. Then he gets caught, then he runs away. Then he gets hit in the head. He just gets in bad shape. He wakes up in hospital. Flips out, escapes. Jumps out of a window, claiming that he doesn't want to be recycled. We immediately learn that there is a human recycling, organic matter recycling plant. And then he gets knocked out by a person who's very obviously going to be the douchey rival character. And he ends up at the police station. Some random girl who was there, who seemed interested in the idea that there was some sort of underdweller person around, saw him there. So, it's a little weird. But then random military type guy shows up and brings him to see the captain of the ship, who we saw before talking to a bunch of really creepy looking robot sort of people, and wears a creepy mask. She's weird. She hugs him, claiming that she's going to take care of him from now on. And brings him. And, well, she tells him that he's going to be in the cadet program. He's going to pilot a mecha. And then we go to school for cadets, where he meets the lady who helped him before, and a new person. They become friends. We find out that they're a third gender, and it's weird. We'll get to that later. He goes to try out a mech simulator. And it's a new version of the mech simulator, and he sucks at it. What do you expect? Fast forward a little bit more, and him and a bunch of other people get chosen to go do a mining operation in the giant mechs. And he gets given the super cool old-fashioned mech to do it, which pisses off the rival character, who, unsurprising, he really wants to pilot that mech. They go there to an asteroid or something that's for mining purposes. You get to see outside the ship now, which looks really, really old and battered now. It's like a just a weird space column. It's odd. We go there. They start mining, and Tentacle Monster shows up. It's a Ghana, which is what they're fighting and stuff. Why they fled Earth, I'm assuming. Knocks the person he was partnered with, knocks him. Everybody flips out. End of episode. Yay? I want to talk about some concepts in the show. Obviously, it likes to hammer home future, space. But there's some interesting concepts such as human photosynthesis is going on. Our main character, of course, because he's special. Yeah, that's going to be the other concept I'll talk about. He's special, obviously. And so he has to eat real food like normal people. Well, they can mostly subside off of photosynthesis. Obviously, genetic engineering is a thing. It's hammered quite home that genetic engineering is obviously a thing. And I think cloning, since we see like in a huge group of people that look exactly the same and talk with pretty much the same voice, I'm getting the cloning vibe. They even have a special section just for them. Because I don't think they're identical all, like 20 of them are identical twin sisters. Although I guess that's possible with genetic engineering. I'm going the cloning route. Human recycling is a thing. That's terrifying. I don't want to live in the world of Soylent Green. Well, they said they just turned them into fertilizer. That's still not nice. Also, they give you the idea that they turn still living people into fertilizer if they can't fulfill their duties, their jobs, I'm assuming. That's creepy. Also, the ship is obviously very, very old and battered. And there's some sort of war going on with these Ghana that has been going on forever. They're a big threat to human life. Right. Other than that, there's a third gender, which can switch between male and female as they please, apparently. That's spiffy. Also, there's some sort of apparently shadowy organization that controls Sidonia, which is the name of the ship. Which is also a bit weird and probably to be expected. Oh, also, they're immortal, apparently. Yay. Now to talk about the good and the bad. Now, what's good is it's pretty fascinating. It's not what I expected. It's an interesting look at the future that I don't think I've ever seen before, personally. Somebody else might have gone something like this before. Some of these elements, sure. All of them put together, I don't think I've ever seen that before. It might be out there. If it is, tell me. I would like to know. It definitely made me want to watch more of it, because I need to know more about this. I want to know more about this stuff. I'm a bit confused. The animation, though weird, a bit surreal, I think it's actually kind of beautiful, especially the backgrounds. Though still kind of jarring. It has visual impact, which is very good for this sort of show. Especially these days when there's so many mecha shows to watch. The mechs themselves are really quite nice, I think. They're going for that pointy, streamlined looking design, so they can do really fast movements, I'm assuming. Apparently the main weapon is going to be a spear, which, that's cool. I like them. I don't see any reason not to like them right now. Show might change my opinion on that, however. Now let's talk about some of the bad things. Some of the future bits seem a bit weird, especially when you throw them all together. It's a bit jarring. I don't think some people might not like all of this. Also, some things just seem to be thrown in there. Like there was a bear person. I forgot to talk about that earlier. There was a bear person. I don't know if they're wearing a bear suit. If they are a bear person, they're a bear with a human mind, with a mechanical hand, which is both simultaneously awesome and mind-blowing. I don't know how to say about that. It's just, that's a thing. I can also see how people wouldn't really like the visuals. They are a bit weird. Um, I can definitely understand how people wouldn't like how these visuals, they can be jarring. Now, a big complaint I have is that I can't remember anybody's names at all. Nothing. That's not really a good thing. Normally I remember the name at least the main character. Or at least a cool character. I can't remember them. Hopefully if I watch more episodes I can. Normally I do. I don't think that's a good thing. Other than that, there was no real action. Not very much mecha action, which I kind of hoped for, especially in the first episode, to draw you in. But it wasn't really a thing. There was some brief, tantalizing glimpses of it, though. It doesn't necessarily isn't a bad thing, but I was a bit upset with that. But that's because I like to see a lot of mecha action. Then, I'd also say that I was confused. There was very much a lot of confusion going on. I don't know what's going on very well. First episode very much presents itself as I don't know what's going on very much right now. Hopefully that clears up. Now, some predictions and wants that I'm seeing in the series are that I definitely want more backstory. Hopefully I'm predicting there's going to be more backstory because I really don't know what's going on very well. I really want to know what's going on. I want more information. I want more information on all these people. I want more information about these things. About this human gun war. I want to know what's going on. I'm also predicting that the main character is going to have some sort of super genetic powers or something. Go with the theme of the story that's going on. Or maybe they hinted that he has the powers of his grandfather, their skills and his skills and stuff. Maybe he's a clone. I don't know. Also, I saw two probable love interests as the way it was showing them. One is the girl who had the third gender. Hints that she can change them, which just seems like she's hinting that she can be a girl for him. I can be wrong, but that's sort of the hint that I was feeling that she could definitely be a love interest just by mentioning that. However, it's also a good info dump, so I don't think I'm doing anything weird with that. Then there also was the girl who saved him and just seems really interested in him. And you just feel that very obvious, I'm interested in you sort of thing going on there. Definitely more of the super shadowy immortal organization, since I'm imagining that's happening. I imagine that it's real. Then I would imagine there'd be more of the rivalry. I'm assuming there's going to be a rivalry with the jerkish, kind of dickish character who knocked him out and wants to pilot the same mech as him. So I'm assuming that's going to happen. I could be wrong. Of course, these are just predictions and my thoughts of things that could happen. Also, I'm predicting more action. I'm really hoping there's going to be more action scenes. We really need more action scenes. I felt not enough action going on. I would like more action. I like action. I like the good, deep thought and cool world building. I love that. I really love that. But I do tend to expect a little bit more action in a mecha show. There wasn't even 5 minutes of it in this. At least expect like 7 or minutes of action in a mecha show. Maybe. It would be nice. It doesn't have to happen to make a good mecha show. But it's appealing. And final thoughts would be simply that it wasn't bad. I want to see more. I definitely want to see more. It left me wanting to see more. It left me wanting to know more. It tantalized me. I want to see more. I really want to see those mechs in action, really. I wouldn't really say that it's very... I can't just say, this is good or this is bad with just the first episode. All I can say is that it intrigued me. It left me wanting more. I want to see more. That's all I can say. That's what I think of Knights of Sidonia right now. So, Mighty Mecha Nerd, signing off.